Good morning. I'm live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. I'm Jaime Greene, the Solar Queen, and today on this live stream, I wanted to talk about 3 benefits of solar energy for your business or your home. So, I have been just coming on live and sharing some information about solar energy and really wanting to, come and educate uh, businesses and companies and homeowners about the benefits of solar. I did talk about how solar power works and how the solar panels get installed on a rooftop and the energy gets converted and flows through the building. And we have someone here. Hi, Jeffrey. Thanks for watching and saying hello. The fun thing about live streaming is people who are watching can interact and engage and ask questions. So thanks so much for saying hi. So earlier this week, I was talking about how solar works and also about how to, for commercial solar, how to pay for solar, how those big projects get paid for. Yesterday, we got to celebrate with Uprising Energy and Uprising Capital. I am the Chief Commercial Officer for Uprising Energy. Very excited to be a part of this company. We are doing some really fun things in the commercial space, commercial and industrial solar space. And I'm also a loan officer for Uprising Capital, where we bring the funding together for those big projects and we marry them together. And so we got to celebrate. I got to celebrate from afar and virtually, but a really big project that is moving forward. And we're talking in the megawatts, lots of megawatts of solar. So this is a very exciting time, not only for businesses to go solar, but for homeowners too, because I have helped so many homeowners go solar, which I'm so grateful for doing that and working on a couple of projects for homeowners today. So for businesses though, which is kind of commercial solar is not it's not very accessible that I am aware of. And so part of the reason why I'm going live is to make it accessible to businesses that might be interested in solar and understanding the benefits of the solar energy from a financial perspective. So if you have questions about that, please make sure to ask them in the comments. And also, if you're watching, you might as well share this out because you never know. You might know some business owners or homeowners who are interested in solar and learning and understanding how it works and the financial impact it can have on your life and on your business. So let's just jump right into it. The first benefit number 1 of solar energy is cost savings and cash flow. And the reason for this is, you know, the energy companies, the utility companies, and you could Google whatever area you live in, and you could probably Google your utility company and hit the find out what's going on in the news. Well, in California, the rates just continue to rise, and everyone is feeling that impact. We're feeling the impact here in California all over the place. But for energy costs, natural gas and electricity, we're definitely seeing increases here. And it's in the mid 30s to upper mid 30s for a kilowatt hour, 1 kilowatt hour. So that means if you had a 100-watt light bulb, which hopefully no one has those anymore in their home or office, and they're using LED lights. But if you use that 100-watt light bulb and you left it on for 10 hours, it would be 1 kilowatt hour because 100 times 10 is 1,000. So 1,000 watts equals 1 kilowatt hour. And I posted that on my LinkedIn about how energy is measured and then what solar power does. So solar power comes in and it gets installed and starts generating electricity for you that you can use real time, but at a fraction of the cost, hopefully uh, much less than what the utility companies are charging you to use that energy. Now, another thing that businesses can experience, we don't see it so much with homeowners unless you live in states like Arizona and certain utilities that include demand charges. But a lot of businesses require a boost of energy And that is a demand on the utility to then generate all this electricity right then and there. Like, say you come in, you work in a factory, you own a factory, and you're turning all the lights on, you're turning all the equipment on, everything's turning on, and there's a huge demand on the grid for electricity to be generated, and you get charged demand. And this is measured in kilowatts. So the demand charges are separate from the service charges, which are your generation, distribution, and transmission charges. So when we look at a building, a warehouse, or whatever commercial property, a hotel, for instance, we're going to look at the demand charges. We can't necessarily do anything about the demand charges when it comes to solar power. We can find out the incremental data to find out when is the demand happening. Is it during the daytime? Because if it is, and it's during sun hours, we might be able to alleviate some of those demand charges. But if it's middle of the night and the sun's not out, we can't do anything about that unless you get batteries. And that's a whole nother conversation. Battery technology is out there. It's happening. Homeowners are starting to get more batteries, but there are also batteries for businesses that want to control costs, eliminate demand charges, as well as electricity charges. So the first thing is cost savings, because utility rates continue to go up. It's a variable, and I haven't ever seen them come down in the 3.5 years I have been in solar. So the people that went solar with me 3 years ago have no clue what their neighbors are paying for electricity, because they're enjoying the financial benefits and their cost savings and the cash flow that has resulted because of going solar. So that is the hugest benefit for businesses because of the tax credit, because of depreciation, because of SREX, possibly in the state that you do business in or live in. That is just going to help bring a huge chunk of that, the initial cost, or the cost. I don't want to say upfront, but the cost of the solar equipment and on the entire project comes off of it, and then it kind of levelizes out, and you're going to see the cash flow and the cost savings straight away, an ROI in a short amount of years. And then you're not ever really paying for the electricity. You're not paying for electricity anymore, because you've paid for your equipment, and that energy that in the equipment generates for the next several decades is free. I mean, it's free energy. I mean, you can't argue with that. So that's where the cost savings and cash flow comes in, and you really need to know your what your utilities look like and what your utility bills look like. And going back in time, it tells a story. And generally speaking, across the nation, utility rates go up 3% every year, and that compounds. So if you know anything about compounding, it just means it gets more and more expensive every year, because they increase the rates and then they just compound it on top of it. Okay, benefit number 2. So if you have any questions, or if you need me to clarify anything, please let me know. If you're watching this live, or if you're watching the replay, let me know. The other thing is fixed energy costs. And I kind of touched on this in the last benefit, but you truly do. So for homeowners who are going solar and they're taking out a solar loan, might be daunting to take out a solar loan. You can pay it off anytime. Same with a commercial loan. You can pay it off anytime, but it is a fixed cost. It can't go up and it can't go down for the energy that you are, basically the solar equipment that you're purchasing. It can't go up because it's like a one-time purchase. Well, hopefully it's a one-time purchase, unless you're like us and you go and get an electric vehicle and you're adding to your energy needs. You go and get a second system. That's what we're going through right now. But the energy costs are fixed. The example of the person who went solar 2 years ago, and they're paying $150 a month for their energy, the same amount, if not a little bit more energy than what they were using, drawing from the grid, and paying $200, $300, $400 for that person who got solar is very happy, because it's a fixed cost. So if you are wanting to, as a business, have fixed operating expenses, solar is a wonderful way to do that. It's a wonderful way to fix your energy costs and not be subject to increased rates. So that's the benefit number 2, and same for the homeowners. Okay, so benefit number 3 is greater energy independence. I was going to say complete energy independence, but that is not the case unless you go completely off the grid. And it's very difficult to do that, and it's very costly. To go off the grid completely, even as a homeowner, as a business, you have to have massive solar arrays to generate enough energy to back up and charge up your batteries, because you need several batteries to be off the grid or energy, like completely energy independent. So you need multiple batteries, possibly a generator, but you need to be able to be off the grid for several days without energy being coming in, and that requires massive solar, massive batteries, and maybe even generators. So that's why I don't say complete energy independence, but you have greater energy independence, meaning you're not relying on the utility company to provide you the energy you need to power your business or your life. So it's pretty awesome, especially for when we can offset the entire energy needs for a business. You know, you think about I was looking at a hotel yesterday, utility bill for a hotel, and they have the energy meter is for all of the rooms, all of the occupants that come in and use the hotel. But then they have another meter that's used for all the common areas and for the lobby and for lights and all of that. When we put solar on their rooftop and we can eliminate all of that, they're going to be relying on the solar system to generate the energy that they need. And so therefore they don't really have much dependence or reliance on the utility company. But you might be thinking, well, what if it's rainy, or what if it's snowing, or what if there's a storm that comes through and knocks out the power? Well, everyone's out of power at that point in time, unless you have a generator or you have backup batteries. But if it's like at nighttime, or if it's a number of days of bad weather, the grid is there for you. So you're not completely off grid. You're not completely dependent on them. You just have greater energy independence, and their utility company is there for when you need it, if the solar is not generating all the power that you need for that day or that time of year. So that is the third benefit of solar, is greater energy independence. Okay, so I have some bonus ones too that I want to share. And it's just because I like to educate about solar energy, and I like to help people move towards that, because it is the future, just like electric vehicles. Everyone that's all the car manufacturers that are generating, or sorry, that are not generating, that are building electric vehicles, they're relying on the battery power, but something's got to charge the battery. Something's got to charge the car. And if you're a consumer and you're a homeowner and you are able to power that car from home, you should do it with the sun, because again, rates are continuing to go up. You're still going to save money on the cost to drive, or make that car go, with whether it's going to a car charger that's at the neighborhood grocery store, or if you do it from your home. If you do it from your home, you're going to save more money than if you go to the charger that's out there, available to the public. For car dealerships, and if anyone's watching and works at a car dealership or owns a car dealership, and you're starting to see EVs come in and being sold off of your lot, you're probably going to need EV car chargers. So that's something that I can help with, as well as solar powering your dealership, so that, again, fixed energy costs. But the bonus benefit of all the reasons why we're doing this, why we're moving to EVs, and why we're moving to renewable energy, whether it be solar or wind, It's to help achieve sustainability goals for your life, for your business, through renewable energy. Because the next bonus is there's little to no maintenance of these solar systems. Like literally, it's not like that infomercial, set it and forget it. You kind of can. You still want to monitor your solar system's production. There is going to be, there may be some maintenance. And for these big commercial projects, there's usually an O&M package, like a maintenance package that's included in that, where we check in on your system, make sure everything's working, because the solar system is going to be lasting 30, hopefully 40 years before you need to add to it or do anything in upgrading the solar panels in the inverters. But there's really little to no maintenance. So you shouldn't have to worry about, oh, my solar system isn't doing this or my solar system's not doing that, because we do need it to be reliable, just like the utility company, although some utility companies haven't been so reliable in the last few years. I'm speaking mostly to the people in Texas, where they experienced entire grid shutdown. A few years ago, California, the utility companies all shut their utility grids down. So, when you have solar, unfortunately, if you don't have a battery, or if you don't have a generator, you don't have power to your building, facility, or home. So that is a benefit of batteries, but I'm not going to talk about batteries today. I just wanted to talk about the benefits, the financial benefits, the earth benefits, as well as there is little to no maintenance on these solar systems. You Very, very little. Hopefully you get enough rain that will kind of wash away the debris in the air or the pollens. If you need to have them washed, there are cleaning companies out there that clean these solar panels. There's equipment out there that can clean your solar panels, especially if you have ground mounts or trackers or rooftop, even rooftop. And you are not, as the business owner, building owner, you're not going to get on top of that roof and clean the panels. You're probably going to hire someone to do that. But even then, it's a very low maintenance. It doesn't take much to clean the panels, some water and a microfiber cloth, or telescopic pole if you have a home. But you can hire solar panel cleaners to come in and clean them. So really, there's a lot of benefit. There is a lot of benefit to going solar. Just going back over them really quickly before I end this live stream is cost savings and cash flow, thanks to fixed energy costs. So you can fix in your operating expenses and increase your cash flow. That's always good for business owners and for homeowners, because at the end of the day, this is still a financial product for homeowners and business owners alike. You have greater energy independence. You're going to help the planet, help reach maybe your company has initiatives to have, you have sustainability goals and you need to reach them. If you do, you want to reach out to me so I can help you do that. And then little to no maintenance. So that's it, everybody. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me on my social medias here. And if you're a business owner and you're interested in solar for your business, we really can help virtually any business. If it's a very small system, that's okay. I have lots of connections to be able to help that. But we're looking, we're looking at projects where the energy consumptions are in the hundreds of thousands of kilowatt hours. So even if it's like 300,000 kilowatt hours and above, those are the kinds of businesses that we're looking to help, all the way up to utility scale projects. We can take those on. And if you need capital or financing, or a power purchase agreement, which is a topic I talked about a couple of days ago, you can reach out to me there, and we can discuss your financial options for getting this project done and gaining that energy and financial independence from the utility companies. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching, and And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.